mental health was taboo. But when COVID came around, despite its many challenges, one thing COVID did do for society is open up the conversation about mental health. It's no longer a challenge to have a transparent conversation around mental health, which is a good thing. It doesn't mean there are more mental health issues. It just means people are more willing to talk about them. And when it comes to the challenges that goes on in our mind, my guest today is on top of it. If you think you might need therapy or you know someone who you think needs therapy, this show is for you.
You are watching Influence Media, PSI TV, the Netflix of biz brands.
My guest today is Tavisha Guyton. She is a dedicated parent, educator, and social worker who values collaboration and strives to create genuine partnerships with everyone so they feel seen and heard. She is the author of I Think I Might Need Therapy, a book of poems for most of life's ills. It's a poetry book focused on mental health support. The book's poems aim to assist those who have experienced trauma by providing resources and support. Tavisha Guyton holds a dual bachelor's degree in psychology and social work, as well as a graduate certificate in infant family health from the University of South Florida. When she's not working, Tavisha enjoys spending time at her favorite bookstore, which happens to be Barnes and Noble, and engaging in meaningful conversations with strangers. But she lives by the motto, I've never met a stranger. Now, in full disclosure, Tavisha and I have known each other for years. I've kind of mentored her at some level, and it is my absolute joy to welcome you today on the show, Tavisha.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tavisha, I want to say I'm super proud of you for writing this book. I have read it. I think it is awesome. So let's jump in. So, Tavisha, I know you work in behavioral and mental health. But that does not mean providers of that service are exempt from needing therapy themselves. Would you agree or disagree with that statement?
I agree. It is very important that the people who serve in communities and or have fellowship with anybody make sure that they take care of themselves so that they are able to pour back into the people that are seeking help. It's not very prosperous to pour from an empty cup. So you're not only hurting yourself, but you're also hurting those that you serve if you're not taking care of yourself.
Considering we've known each other for years, Tavisha, I'm going to throw this out there. I really do think you might need therapy.
You would not be wrong. You would not be wrong at all.
All right. So, what inspired you to write this book of poetry? And particularly, what inspired your title idea?
So I've been writing poetry since I was in the seventh grade, and I remember one day in high school sharing my poems with my grandma. My grandma was like, "Oh, you should write a book." Well, a couple of decades later, we have a book. And the title, I take no credit for that. That was from God. The title itself was like, "You're gonna write this, and this is what you're gonna write about." And that was the only title that I had, so I stuck with it, and very grateful that I did.
I do like the title. I do like the cover. I even like that you wrote it all in small letters instead of caps. There's so much to be determined from that. But Tavisha, your book invites readers to explore the depths of their souls and release emotional baggage, which is a fantastic invitation. But how do you see the book being a catalyst or a trigger for that healing journey?
So when I was writing the book, wanting to ensure that I thought about all of life's ills, what do people want to talk about? What do we need to talk about? And like you said, the pandemic was very, very I don't know if the word's helpful, but it definitely moved forward the idea of seeking some kind of support especially when our support systems weren't available to us, whether we couldn't see them or touch them. So wanting to ensure that when I was writing the book, wrote it from a perspective that I could speak from, that it was relatable to those people who read it and picked it up. Catalyst, because in the book we talk about things that we necessarily don't talk about with other people, things that we have kept secret, that we don't tell anybody, that we are more, I guess, self-aware in how we navigate the world with other people. Trust issues and the like have become one of the things that make us, the word is more self-aware, not allowing a lot of people in, not trusting. So again, the book helps break those things down and help identify those things that we've kept secret or that we've used substance abuse or in some cases for numbing and stuff like that. So yeah.
So I'm going to read a quote from your book. I would really like you to clarify what you meant. Now, this comes from your poem, I Chased the Bottle. And in that poem, you share this is a quote: addicted to pain relievers, I've forgotten what true pain feels like. That poem ends with this line: I chase the bottle as my demons chase me. Now, we've known each other for years. I don't know this to be true of you being an alcoholic, but so how much of the poetry in this book reflects your life and how much from working with others who have some kind of mental anguish?
Ooh, that's a very good question. So, um, I get inspiration from a lot of things. Sometimes it could be a quote I hear and I need to weave that particular quote into a poem that just makes me more self-reflective, but also through work where I see people doing the best they can with the information they have, trying to take care of themselves the best way they know how, and ensuring that I captured all of that through all of the poems. You see hope, you see redemption, you see people, you read people going through it and being like, wow, she was talking about me, or she was talking about somebody I know. So, and recognizing too that in that poem specifically, we're talking about like numbing agents, right? We're talking even about pain relievers being our go-to for our pain, but not really identifying what the pain is. So I don't need the pain reliever anymore. So I wanted to express that in that poem as well when we're talking about substance abuse and behavior changes.
Hmm. So, having raised various mental health topics through your book it also includes space for cathartic journaling, as well as resources to follow up after you awaken the reader's demons. I really want to applaud you for those inclusions. So, I think I know who the book is written for, but who did you have in mind? Who is the ideal audience for this work?
The book is ideal for those people who are seeking their support in mental health and behavioral health. Also, for those who feel that other people could benefit from the book without stepping on toes and pointing fingers, be like, you need this, right? Also, I created it for a platform for those who are seeking therapy and being like, I don't know what we talk about. I don't know what we discuss, but I know that I need some kind of support. A platform for us to have open-ended conversations and discussions about the interpretation of what they read. It's beneficial for those people. So those people who are seeking more support in their wellness journey, as well as those who may not be there yet, but need some kind of like edging into gaining some help.
And also with the title, I think I might need therapy. I know that a lot of mental health practitioners keep sometimes a library of resources that they hand out, pastors and so forth. So I'm going to say I recommend this book as something they should consider putting in their library so that, in between sessions with their clients, the clients can have a resource that they can, read through and find what triggers need to be further dived into in their upcoming sessions. So I think that's also there. So, Tavisha, what's next for you?
What is next? Of course, a book signing, but also more more connection with those in the wellness space so that we can collaborate more on helping those who are seeking help. So I'm looking forward into being active, being more um, just out there and creating a buzz for my book so that we can collaborate together and help those who are needing and seeking services.
Perfect. So, is there anything else you'd like to share, Tavisha?
No, but I would love to thank you very much for this opportunity.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tavisha Guyton was my guest today, author of I Think I Might Need Therapy. And you can buy the book on your favorite bookstore. However, we will put the website up for you. Her profile page is on influencemedianews.com, and we'll put the link in the credits. And thank you so much, Tavisha, for being my guest today.
Thank you so much.